welcome back to Redirecting. I am going to show a video of an autistic black child who was intentionally locked out of the school by the principal. Now, the principal has been suspended, but I want to roll the video so that you all can hear the full story from the mother and the grandmother. I like the way the grandmother she just read my thoughts before I can even finish the video. I was saying that this is child endangerment. I even took it as far as to say attempted murder, because you lock a child out in the middle of winter and it's cold, not even informing the parents, anything could have happened to him. That's what I said. So when I heard the grandmother say, put him in danger, imminent danger, I said, oh, you were reading my mind, or should I say we were on the same page. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and roll the video, and I will be right back.
At Springbrook,
Javon Perry says she was devastated when she saw this video. Her 11-year-old autistic son wandering around Springbrook Elementary School in Kent after allegedly being locked out by the principal on December 14th.
That was a horrible thing to do. Anything could have happened to him. He was alone. No one was outside with him. And I think that's unacceptable.
Perry says her son Jamar has had behavioral issues related to his disability, but she says no one from the administration, including Principal Ashley Short, notified her about the incident. Her son told her what happened, so she requested video footage from the school's surveillance system.
She admitted that she did. When I asked her, she said that, yes, she locked him out, that she felt like she was in danger or threatened, so she wanted to make sure that everyone was safe, so she locked him outside.
Perry says the principal also instructed other staff to keep Jamar out, and one paraeducator even closed the blinds on Jamar as he tried to get back inside of his classroom. Feeling frustrated by Short's actions, Jamar's grandmother got involved and took their concerns to the Kent School Board.
The decision this principal made to intentionally lock my grandson outside of the school building clearly was child endangerment, pure negligence, and it put him in imminent danger.
Just watching him go through that as an 11-year-old child, it breaks my heart, because there's nothing that warrants that type of behavior from an administrator, somebody that you trust.
The Kent School District placed Short on paid administrative leave soon after and started an investigation. The district released a statement saying, "Our #1 priority during this time continues to be the excellent education and the safety of our students." Perry says she's removed her son from Springbrook Elementary and is looking at other schools that can meet her son's needs. She hopes an investigation will lead to action by the district. In Kent, LaMonica Peters, Q13 News.
So as you see, the go-to statement for them is always, I was in fear. I was afraid for my life. I've stated this many times before. Shouldn't that be what we're saying at this point? Because it seems like either our old, our young, our boys, our girls, men, women, it doesn't matter, are always on the receiving end of someone else's torment or someone else's fear. And when they fear our people, including our children, they react to that fear by doing something that could get you killed. In the case of this child, locking him out in the cold in the wintertime, an autistic and 11-year-old child, locking him out. Okay, many times our children are shot because someone feared something that wasn't even a threat to them. But time after time, we continue to hear stories of their own children who are going into buildings, just killing a large number of people, but they always seem to bring them in quietly, handcuffed. But our unarmed are going down in body bags. So I wanted to talk about this story because, again, this is an autistic child, and this big grown woman says that her only choice was to put him out because she felt threatened. She felt afraid. Why are you there if you don't know how to properly deal with students? In that case, you should have called his parents. It's unfortunate that we can't say call the police, because in those cases, they just get there and they just shoot and kill. So at least the boy's mom or his grandmother or some family member should have been called to say, well, we have to do something because he's acting a certain way, so we're going to have you come and get him. At least do that. That is the adult responsible thing to do. Because, again, I certainly wouldn't want you to call the police, because when they see a young black boy, 11, 12 years old, like Tamir Rice, they just arrive on the scene with guns drawn, ready to pop off. So that's not the solution. But as far as solutions overall, I'm going to say this to our people. When you continue to see things such as this happening, that is the handwriting on the wall, that only a fool would send their children to their enemies to be taught. I'm not trying to insult you. That is what Malcolm X said, and is a very true statement. And no, I am not a Muslim, but that is a true statement. Only a fool would send their children to their enemies to be taught. When you have a historic enemy, what are you doing when you send them there, expecting them to get taught by people who don't even like them? That is one of those thoughts that we need to go over and over and over in our minds, that we are not doing the right thing by our children. It's just not enough of us that are coming together to see these as real problems that need to be solved collectively together. So this is why you will have a homeschool parent in this area, and you would be hard-pressed to find another one within 20 or 30 miles of you. Or in cases where there may be some in close proximity, you may say, hey, I wish I can come together with other parents, but everyone is so distant and cut off from each other. Or you'll have a scenario where parents will say, well, you know, I really don't have the time. Can you homeschool my children? Because I don't have the time. You ask them, what are you going to be doing? Well, I just don't have the patience for it. But you expect someone else to have the patience for it. So we have a long list of problems that we are not facing collectively together, because not everyone wants to put in the work. They want to say, oh, yes, I homeschool, but they don't want to homeschool. In other words, they want to put it in someone else's hands because they don't feel like it. But yet we're going to continue to hear these stories about how our children are being abused in a system that has already told us time and time again that they can't stand us. What else do we need to see? How much more do we need to hear before we finally get it? And I don't really need to hear any stories about kids who went through the system and they came out just fine, because obviously I am speaking to the masses that do not come out just fine. As a matter of fact, they come out severely damaged by this system that has told them time and time again that they can't stand them. Okay, family. I just wanted to share this story with you all because I think it's important that we begin to understand that taking care of our families first, putting them first before all else, and learning how to navigate through this system, it is a must. I say that a lot. But we hear about all of the problems that we have, but the solutions need to be implemented and talked about more and more, because that's what we need at this point. We get a whole bunch of news reports telling us what's happening to us. But in terms of what to do about it, how to navigate through it all, that's where we fall short. That is where we fall short. So family, I just wanted to share this with you. And I hope you can take away something from what I've said on this subject. And with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel. And also comment, share, like, and subscribe.